Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm back on Scratch and I've been working on this game, so I wanted to show it to you today. It's work in progress. This is gonna be part 1 of it, so you can't really select any kaijus. That's sad, but we'll add that feature, I think, in the next video. I'm not sure, but I need to put the slide effect onto this, I think. And then here's the play button. Of course, it's gotten by cooltext.com. That's how you make your text cool. And then Godzilla. Play button. After that, you just get to be Godzilla. I haven't made any camera stuff like for it to have an actual camera, except when you go into a wall you bounce back. And I also have made this, and it's actually a pretty cool effect, and it's supposed to be used for sneak attacks, because every time you use it, it faces this way. And yeah, so you don't just have to go here and then flip it. But it's also a bad feature because then you can't go here. But yeah, it's just used for sneak attacks. And for here, kaijus. So kaijus, let's show it. Oh, you can't show it. Yeah, I knew that. So it'll go and it'll point in direction 90. And if the start equals, no, it'll set the start to 0. So that equals no. At least for me in this game, and then it'll show, and it'll go to a position, and it'll show, yeah, and then it'll just set its ghost effect to 100. So it's still showing, except it's not showing at the same time. That might sound weird, but yeah, that's it. And then it'll switch to its costume number 1, which is Godzilla standing over here, and then there's the stomp, and then the run, and then the, yeah, breathing, he's beam thing. I don't watch Godzilla, so yeah, and then it'll set the size to 50, so it's not as giant as Earth. And then when it receives message 1, then it'll just show. And then it'll go to a certain place again. And then it'll just repeat 10 times, change the ghost effect by -10. So he pops out of the place he's been hiding in. And he'll just go by -10. And then he'll have to wait a few seconds, and then he's just gonna have to breathe fire, or he's being, whatever, I'm not sure what it is, and the play button will break, and then it'll just broadcast a message, and then when it receives message 4, it'll hide, and then play button. The play button, when clicked, it'll show. And it'll switch costume to number 1, so it'll just be this one. I can show the costumes right now. So the play button 2, play button 3, play button 4. The next thing is, it'll actually go to a place, which is this place, and it'll set size to 100. Wait, let's pause that. And then when the sprite's clicked, it'll go to the next costume. And when it shows, it'll show, and then it'll just wait, and then it'll show, and then it'll change costume, and then wait, and then change costume, then broadcast. And then when it receives message 4, it'll hide. And sounds, it really doesn't have any code in it right now. And when the message 2 comes, then it'll play the sound of Godzilla. And I'll just play it for you really quick. So you could record that if you're making a Godzilla game too. It's kind of a tutorial for you. And then you could make your own sprites. I'm going to share it when I'm done this game. It's called Hungry Kaiju. And when the message 3, when you broadcast it, then it'll just broadcast it, yeah, for you. And then this is the screeny screen. It'll set the ghost effect to 100, so it's visible, except it's not visible. And then it'll just message 3 when it receives it. Then it'll go to the front layer, so nothing is on top of it. And then it'll switch costume to 1, which I can show you the costumes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I actually made a tutorial for cutting these shapes perfectly. It's pretty easy, so if you want to learn that, I could just put it up on the iPad. And then, yep, so here, it'll set the ghost effect to 5, so it's actually a bit transparent. Extremely little, but it's transparent, so that works. And it'll repeat 5 times, next costume. 7 times, next costume, and then it'll wait for a while. And then it'll just repeat, so it replays. And it'll actually fade out quicker than a lightning bolt. And it'll set start to 1 because the game started, so 1 equals yes. Broadcast message 4, so everything hides. Because we don't want that on the screen when you're controlling your kaiju. Otherwise that would be a disaster. And then when the green flag's clicked, you have to show it and then just hide it when it receives. And the same thing for this. Then the buy one, it has no code since I didn't even make a costume. So it's not even ready because I didn't add these to work. So yeah. And then here is the other blank name costume. And I could just show you the costumes. It's the same as Kaiju's. So when the green flag's clicked, it'll point in direction 90. So it'll be staring in the right corner. And it'll show, and it'll go to the back layer. And it'll go to a certain position. And it'll repeat until start equals 1. It'll keep roaring like a beast. And if you want to know who that is, it's this guy. And once he's done shooting his beanies and all, and you're looking at the title screen and all, yeah, when start equals 1, then it'll just go to a certain place, switch costume to Godzilla normal 1, so it's just standing. And then broadcast message 5. Okay, and then the effects. The effects looks like this, Godzilla Stomp. And it has basically no code. When the green flag's clicked, it'll hide and go to the middle of your screen. And here's some gameplay again. So here he is. And then you come in to your game screen. You could go like this and just sneak attack. I think I should change the sound too, because that could really help it. And well, that's it for today's video on Hungry Kaiju Part 1. Bye guys!